Hey there, YouTube. My name is Dan, and I am the Friendly Fat Guy. I have had a lot going on in my personal life lately. Stuff that I have been wanting to share, but I didn't really know how. We all go through trials and tribulations, difficult things. We all go through traumas. And, there's a couple things going on right now with my family where it's kind of inevitable. Just to share a little bit, my grandfather, who we affectionately call Grumpy, even though he is not grumpy by any stretch of the word, is 95 years old. He lives with my step-grandmother, who is, for all intents and purposes, just my grandmother. They live in upstate New York in a place up there that is especially caters to seniors and especially folks with memory and dementia issues. My grandmother's father passed away from Alzheimer's, and she's been having some symptoms of dementia over the last, 5 to 10 years, I guess, really. But we didn't really know until the last few years, and then they went to this place. It's great. Specializes in memory care, but since they've been there, my grandfather over the last year has started to decline also. They're folks who have traveled the world. They've done a lot of really cool things. This is my mom's dad, by the way. I know I've talked about my granddad on my dad's side before. They went to Europe. They've gone all over the place. They used to spend winters in Florida by the beach, and then summers up in New York. So they always had a nice temperature, and but they've been up there for the last little while. My grandfather's been slipping a bit, but physically he's been okay until last week when he fell and broke his hip, which, saying you guys know, for somebody especially that age, it's kind of it's a bad sign. They went ahead and did surgery on it, which everybody was hopeful, but he's had some issues since then, and it looks like he's on his last legs. He's on his way out. And, it sucks because my grandfather's been the one guy who, through everything for everybody, has always been the stable, solid rock that everybody could count on. He's always been there for everybody, every time. Even when my dad died, I remember we called when we were in the hospital before he actually died, and he had tickets and was on his way to the airport. Before he even knew that my dad had passed away, he was on his way. So, I don't really want to do a detailed video about him. Instead, I wanted to put something out there. My fiance and I are going up. We're leaving at 3 a.m., driving all day, and we're going to leave tonight, but it's already pretty late, so we're going to leave really early in the morning. Truthfully, I'm not sure if we're going to make it, because we're in Tennessee. He's in upstate New York. It's a 13-hour drive, but, it's not going to help anybody if we get in a car accident on the way up, right? One of the things that my grandfather and I have in common is we really like big band and swing music. He grew up listening to it, of course. That was the music of his youth, as it were. And I grew up playing it. Coincidentally enough, I always loved singing jazz. I always loved jazz standards. And then when I hit the point where I was playing instruments, I was a jazz fanatic. I love playing jazz trombone. It's one of my favorite things to do. Played in different honor bands, and it's just still. I even a friend of mine and I even made our own big band in North Carolina when I lived there because we just missed it so much. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fade off it here in a second, and I'm going to sing a song that's an old jazz standard. It's called My Way, which really is, if anything, exemplifies and perfectly illustrates how my grandfather really lived his life. And it's different than my normal videos. I'm sorry. I am a musician, though. Hopefully it won't hurt your ears too bad. And if nobody else sees this, hopefully at least somebody up by him will play it where he can hear a song that he loves by a person that loves him. So without further ado, I'm going to fade it out. I'm going to show you some pictures, and hopefully it'll sound nice, but it will be me singing My Way, the Frank Sinatra version, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So, all right, here you go, YouTube. My Way for Grumpy. And now end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew, and through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. Oh, I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows